What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about the NFL draft, which is about a week away, and also talk about a draft prospect that I recently have been watching his tape, and I was really impressed with his tape. And I believe he could be a sleeper in this upcoming draft. With that being said, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, hit the notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, but continuing to tune into the channel. Big ups to all the subscribers. Big ups to all of the Atlanta Falcons YouTubers out there. Shout out to you guys. Also, just want to give you guys some quick news. My wife did deliver our baby boy on Saturday, which was my birthday, April 11th. So my son, my youngest baby boy, does share the same birthday as his father. So I appreciate all of you guys who congratulated me on the birth of our son. And that's why I hadn't made any videos the last couple of days, because I was in the hospital with my wife. My wife is doing great, and my son is doing great. Both of them are healthy and doing great amidst all of this COVID-19 stuff that's going on. Both of them are healthy, praise God. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So, as I was stating before, the NFL draft is about a week away, next Thursday. And if you've been looking at the mock drafts, it's 3 players in particular that their names continue to come up in the mock drafts. K'Lavon Chaisson out of the University of LSU, the defensive end / outside linebacker. CJ Henderson, the defensive back from the University of Florida, and then Javon Kinlaw, the nose tackle, a defensive tackle from South Carolina University. Those are the top 3 guys that continue to show up in the mock drafts. So I'm gonna basically tell you how I think things are gonna pan out. Of course, we never know who's going to be picked. We don't know if we're going to trade up or to try to get another player. But personally, if we stay at 16, I do believe the Falcons will take K'Lavon Chaisson if he's still there. The pass rusher out of LSU. You guys know that I'm a big fan of K'Lavon Chaisson, and I've been making a ton of videos. I've done a ton of videos about K'Lavon Chaisson and talked about how great of a player he is. I wouldn't be upset, though, if we decided to go with Javon Kinlaw either, the defensive tackle out of South Carolina. Very physical, big, long arms. You guys know I love those tall, big pluggers in the middle that can create pressure and penetrate the middle, and that can create one-on-one opportunities for the guys on the outside, the defensive ends, the Dante Fowlers of the world, and Tat McKinleys and John Kaminsky's of the world. I do think we need those big nose tackles in the middle to be able to stop the run. So I wouldn't be upset with us going with Javon Kinlaw either. But personally, I think it's going to be K'Lavon Chaisson that they go with. I know that it's been a lot of smoke screens going on out there talking about CJ Henderson being the pick at 16. I would really be shocked if they go with CJ Henderson out of Florida, the defensive back. I've watched his tape. I do like his tape, and I do think the kid can play. But I feel like it's a ton of other cornerbacks in this draft that you can get later on in the draft, like a A.J. Terrell out of Clemson. You could possibly get him in the 2nd or 3rd round. Jeff Gladney out of TCU is another guy, another cornerback. I love this tape. Bryce Hall out of the University of Virginia. He's another cornerback that's a solid player. Would be around probably in the 2nd and 3rd round. It's a bunch of different cornerbacks. Cameron Dantzler out of Mississippi State. I'm a huge fan of his. He's one of my top corners in this draft. Goes about 6'1", 6'2", 190 pounds. And he ran, I think, a 4.3 or something like that at his pro day. And I'm a huge fan of his out of Mississippi State. So it's a ton of cornerbacks you can find later on in the draft. So I really think all the talk of CJ Henderson is a smokescreen. I really don't think that we're going to take a cornerback with that 16th pick. I've been watching the interviews that Dan Quinn has done, on the Atlanta Falcons channel, and he was talking about bringing in another pass rusher and talking about that they're not done with looking for pass rush and looking for defensive line help. So I really think in that 16th pick, they're really going to go with either a defensive tackle or a defensive end. I don't think that they're going to go defensive back at all. So this is just my personal opinion. Of course, we never know, because I was shocked when we took 2 offensive linemen in the first round last year. So that's the fun thing about watching the NFL draft. As fans, we never know what the GM is thinking. We never know what the organization is thinking. So I'm very excited about the draft. This upcoming or next Thursday, I'm definitely excited about that. But with that being said, I want to go ahead and talk about the player that I've been watching tape on, or the draft prospect. His name is Tanner Muse. He's a strong safety, I believe, out of the University of Clemson. This kid is very physical. He reminds me a lot of Cam Chancellor when he was in college, and when he played in the NFL with the Seattle Seahawks. And he also puts me in the mind of Keanu Neal before all of the injuries. This kid, Tanner Muse, I think is a very good player and a sleeper. He's a beast, man. He goes about 6'2", 230 pounds. He plays strong safety. He plays strong safety at Clemson. Go watch this guy's tape. He wore the number 19, I believe. I've been watching his tape over the weekend, and I was very impressed with this kid, man. I really think that we could get him later on in the draft, maybe in the 3rd or 4th round, maybe even the 5th round. And they basically, when I looked it up in his numbers for the NFL Combine, he's a better athlete than a lot of people give him credit for. His grades were pretty good, but I really could see this kid starting off as a special teams player. And then if Keanu Neal doesn't round back into form, I really think that he could be that Cam Chancellor type player on our team, and that he could take Keanu Neal's spot if for any reason Keanu Neal cannot stay healthy, or if they just decide to move Keanu Neal down to the linebacker position full time. I really like this kid, Tanner Muse. He plays the game very physical, just like a Keanu Neal. He's a hammer, a thumper, and I love those guys that are those thumper type players. And he was a playmaker. He got a ton of interceptions when he was at Clemson, and it seemed like when I was watching his tape, he was always around the football. He was making he didn't miss a lot of tackles. He made a ton of tackles. He was able to blitz the quarterback on different plays. As you know, Clemson's defensive coordinator, Brent Venables, is good at dialing up blitz pressures and using players in different aspects. And he used this guy, Tanner Muse, as a Swiss Army knife. He used him at blitzing like a linebacker. He used him as a traditional safety. And this guy was all over the field making plays. And he put me in the mind of a young Keanu Neal when he first came out of Florida. And he put me in the mind of Cam Chancellor when he was at Virginia Tech and when he played with the Seattle Seahawks. So I definitely suggest you go and check out Tanner Muse's tape. This guy is a beast, man, and I would love to see him on our Atlanta Falcons, and I would love to see them draft him later on in the draft. I really think that he could turn out to be a starter. If you want to know who I think he reminds me of as far as an older player that played in the league, he puts me in the mind of also Eric Weddle. If you know who Eric Weddle is, that played with the Chargers, and last year he played with the Ravens. I think he wore the number 32, if I'm not mistaken, when he was with the Chargers. That's kind of who Tanner Muse puts me in the mind of. He plays a lot like Eric Weddle, doesn't wear gloves and stuff like that, wears tape, finger tape and stuff like that. And he's a physical cat, man. I love this dude's tape. So definitely go check out Tanner Muse's tape. Let me know what you think. Like I was saying, he's a big hitter, great tackler, solid in coverage, and he's a guy that you can use all over the field. You can use him in the big nickel as a linebacker. You can use him on a special teams unit, and you can possibly use him as a free safety or strong safety. Most likely a strong safety, like when he played in college, because his range is not the best, but he's a great box safety. So with that being said, this has been your boy Jew. I also want to mention, if you guys didn't know already, which I'm pretty sure you do know, the Atlanta Falcons new jerseys have went on sale. I didn't buy my jersey yet. I did go up on the website to take a look and see whose jerseys were available. Mainly they had Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Matt Ryan. Those are the 3 jerseys I've seen. I think, and also Keanu Neal and Deion Jones, but they didn't have that big of a variety yet. I think it's just because they're brand new. Personally, I'm going to wait until after the draft to get my jersey, because if we do select K'Lavon Chaisson, I believe that'll be the first new jersey that I buy, and then I might go out and get me a Dante Fowler jersey or Grady Jarrett jersey. But this been your boy Jew. As always, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for your boy. I'll holler at you guys in the next video, but I'm very excited about the upcoming NFL draft. You guys leave your comments below of where you think the Falcons will go with their number 16 pick. And if you have any questions, definitely drop those questions in my comment box. I appreciate all of you guys, man. I'll holler at you guys a little bit later on this week. And as always, you guys stay safe out there. If you can stay home, definitely stay home. This virus isn't a joke, so definitely stay home and social distance. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll holler. As always, rise up and peace.